Hey Rosa, so I'll give you one guess about which book I just finished reading. Yeah, so Sarah Dessen's new book came out about a week and a half ago, and I was not about to take the chance of me never going to get to read it until it's like 3 years old, waiting around for you to do the random challenge thing. So I took matters into my own hands and I read it. I figured I wanted to review it because I love Sarah Dessen's books. And, I figure it's okay for us to get distracted by books sometimes. So, while I was reading it, I was thinking about why do I like to read Sarah Dessen's books? And she's one of the authors that I keep going back to and getting her new books from my teenage years on up through my adult years, where there's so many other authors that I would read during my teenage years that have kind of fallen by the wayside. And I think part of it is that she definitely sets up characters that they do have similar backstories and maybe similar family structures, but she doesn't make them cookie cutter. Each character has a little bit of their own insecurities, their own problems. Their family's a little bit different from the other families. And I think that variety is something that sometimes we miss when we have authors who have written a lot of books. They kind of start falling into patterns, and then it goes from, ooh, this book's really good, to, well, I'm on page 300. Now I know that this is going to happen. And I don't think I've ever found that happening with Sarah Dessen's books. I also like how each of her characters might start with a heartbreak in some way, but it's not your standard, oh, hey, yeah, they had a romantic heartbreak. There's so many other types of love than just romantic love that, your heart can break in so many different ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be because your boyfriend broke up with you or your boyfriend died. And I think that's part of what I really love about Sarah Dessen's book. Once and for All is about a girl who works for her mom's wedding planning business, and after all these years of doing wedding planning, her mom, her mom's business partner, and the main character all tend to be kind of jaded and cynical about the wedding thing. And then, to throw the wrench in the plan, you have Ambrose come along, and he's a little bit different. Not necessarily what you would expect for someone working for a wedding planning company, but, he kind of grows on you. I think Luna can be a little bit uptight when it comes to the business since she's been there for so long, but Ambrose really helps balance her out and see a little bit of the magic that she probably forgets about from seeing all the problems for all these years. So, again, it's a great story. You have two characters that might not necessarily be friends, or you might not imagine them getting along very well at the beginning, that wind up getting along really well. Again, each of her characters just have a great little spice, little quirks that you might overlook if you weren't really paying attention, that really make them seem very individual. And I think that's always going to help me respond, is great characters. So I definitely give this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I know you're probably going to be reading it too, so I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Bye!